going on, everybody? We got NFL Sunday, and in the video, 4 picks for you to consider. So stay tuned to hear all 4 of the picks we have. And if you guys want more picks, join up in the Dynamo private Discord. You get more picks from me, plus a bunch of other cappers. We've absolutely been crushing it. You could see just a couple of days ago in the MLB and NHL went 10-1 across our cappers. NFL picks, Bossman and Jordan went 4 or 5 on the Thursday night game. Another good day this week from some cap for me, Volo, Jordan here. You can see our picks and hits. Another NFL Sunday. We went 17-6 overall in the private Discord. I went 7-1 in my channel, Volo 5-1. These are the picks that we're putting out in the Dynamo private Discord. So definitely check it out if you want more picks in all sports, not just NFL. You guys saw MLB, NHL, and we're stoked to get started for the NBA season as well coming up in just a couple of days. So definitely check it out. Less than $1 per day, or less than just winning a 3-pick slip on Prizepicks. So we'll see you guys over there. You saw some of the streaks we've been going on and the crazy records some of our cappers have been hitting in there in all sports. So more picks over there. Let's get into these ones for this video. An early look at NFL Sunday. One that I'm liking here is going to be Malik Neighbors over on his catches at 6.5 against the Philadelphia Eagles. This one, the Giants should be playing from behind or in a close game, throwing a ton to Malik Neighbors. Again, Philadelphia not exactly the strongest pass defense either, and Malik Neighbors just sees a ton of targets and catches a ton of balls. So I'm liking him here at 6.5. I think a great line. He's coming off of a concussion, so it's not like it should really affect him like a knee injury or an ankle injury or a shoulder injury, something like that. Basically, once you're cleared from the concussion, which he's been out already 2 weeks now, should be just right back, good to go. So liking Malik Neighbors here at 6.5. This is one we've seen from Neighbors all year, and you could have Wan'Dale Robinson, Darius Slayton questionable in this game as well. So just even more targets. Not like he needs more targets. Even when those guys are in there, he's heavily targeted. You can see his catches in his last 3 games: 12, 8, and 10. It was just week 1 where he didn't get this in his NFL debut. But after that, he's been seeing a ton of targets. You can look at the targets. Week 1 only got 7 targets, and 18, 12, 15 targets. In a game where they're supposed to be close and they're playing from behind, we should see a ton of targets go to Malik Neighbors' way again here. Fully cleared. Expect him to go 100% right back into it. With Daniel Jones, who's been playing better as well. You can see receptions allowed. Philadelphia, they actually rank 8th in the league. Pretty good. Only allowing 19.4, but to receivers, they actually rank 17th, and they give up 12 catches per game to receivers, so not as good as a pass defense against receivers compared to other positions, so like targeting there as well. Should be a good matchup, good spot for Neighbors. For the second one, we're going to go to Jaden Reed over on his receiving yards at 58.5. Jaden Reed should be the focal point of this offense yet again after last week when they blew out the Arizona Cardinals. Didn't really need their number 1 receiver in Jaden Reed here and, spread the ball out around more. But I expect in this one them to go more heavy to Jaden Reed, and he's a big play receiver. So even if he only gets 3-4 catches, he should be able to hit this one as well at a pretty good yardage mark for him. Against Houston, I think this one's going to be a high-scoring, close game here between the Packers and the Texans, which some people even think that the Texans could win this game, so Packers could be playing from behind in this one as well, throwing a lot more than they were just like last week when Reed had an off game. And looking at Jaden Reed, again, a team that has some banged-up wide receivers, Christian Watson and Wicks, both questionable for this game. So if one of those guys or both of them are out, just expect even more targets to go Jaden Reed's way. In 2024, you can see only 3 of 6 games he's hit this, but he's had some massive games, and you can see the targets have been pretty consistent at 6 targets per game. And again, a similar situation here. Houston is with Philadelphia. As Houston is, they are a good pass defense team, ranked 4th in the league, but against receivers, they rank 13th, giving up 141 yards per game. So again, to target these guys in the pass games, go to the receivers. So liking Jaden Reed in this spot in a good matchup in this one. Another game I expect to be high scoring and close here. So that favors Jaden Reed, especially if 1 or 2 of these other receivers are out. We should see a nice bounce back game here for Reed. And we're going to stick with this game. Like I said, I think this is going to be a high scoring one. And Houston has an electric offense. We haven't seen them really take off and have a big game this year. Now with no Nico Collins in this one as well, I think we're just going to see another big Mixon game here. Mixon is a great touchdown scorer, so we can go to him over on a half touchdown here. Liking it in this spot in a game that should be high scoring. Mixon will get goal line carries. He can catch the ball. He's just been a touchdown machine, getting him here at just a flat half touchdown, not a goblin here. So I think we should be able to jump on this one, liking this line in the same game for Mixon. We've seen him this year in 2 of 3 games. Mixon has hit this, got a touchdown in the first one, 2 last week, and then versus Chicago, he didn't get one. But looking at these snap counts, we could see he played 72% of the snaps in week 1 and just played 47% in week. I think he might have got banged up in this game or something and didn't see as many snaps. So I do expect the snap count to go back up for him in a close and tough matchup in this one. So I am liking Mixon to have a nice game here, get a touchdown. We can also see that Mixon last year, 59% of his games, he scored a touchdown in 10 of 17 games. And you can see his last 11 games of last year, he only missed this twice. 9 of his last 11 games, he was getting in the touchdown. So really got into a rhythm at the end of last year. He's continuing it this year. I like him again in this one in what I think is going to be a high-scoring game. And Mixon has just been a really consistent touchdown scorer last year and so far this year. So liking to go to him. Now we got a pick from the afternoon games. We're going to Travis Kelce here over on his yardage at 62.5. We've seen Kelce really bounce back from a slow start because of these injuries to guys like Rashee Rice. And without him, Kelce has bounced back to that number 1 target. Liking him in this spot at 62.5. I think he could be heavily involved in this game. Should be another close one against San Francisco. Obviously, whenever these teams play, it's a great close game. But Kelce should be getting fed the ball in this one, and I think he can hit it. Looking at Kelce, we saw that slow start, 34 or under in 3 straight games. Last 2, 89 and 70, and those are games without Rashee Rice. Actually, I think Rashee got hurt in like the early first quarter, maybe against the Chargers here. But the last 2, he's been smashing this, and I expect this one to be closer. So, they kind of went away from him in the last game after a really strong start because they were commanding the game. I think this one's going to be back and forth, close game, where they're just going to have to go to Kelce the entire game. So I'm liking him on this line. Think it's a good spot. Last year, he hit this in 58% of games. And last year against the Niners in the Super Bowl, he had 93 receiving yards. So I do like Kelce here. The Niners, if you're going to attack them, you can attack them through the air. They allow almost 228 passing yards per game, right in the middle of the league here, but their rush defense is going to be a lot stronger. So I like Kelce in this matchup. I think it's a good spot for him. And those are our early look picks here. If you guys want more picks from me, plus a bunch of other cappers in all sports, not just NFL, definitely check out the Dynamo private Discord. A previous Sunday, we went 17-6 across our cappers. I went 7-1, Volo 5-1. You saw our hits here. Another good day in Prizepicks with the MLB, NHL. I told you we post in all sports. You can see all these hits. Been crushing WNBA. You could see some big slip hits from me over there. And even more hits. Just last Thursday was a big day for us in MLB, NHL, and NFL. So definitely check it out. Less than $1 per day or less than winning just a $5 3-pick slip on Prizepicks. So we'll see you guys over in the Discord and subscribe to the channel.